Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at Noon.
We're tracking a murder investigation out of Lee County.
Lexington police say a burglar near UK's campus made a daring escape overnight.
While we're looking outside, it looks gorgeous out there. Clouds will be on the increase as we head throughout the afternoon. Wind still very gusty outside, pumping in that mild air. Enjoy it now, because you know it doesn't last long. There's that big cold front tonight. And I'll show you how low we go with our temperatures in your 7-day coming up. WKYT News at Noon starts right now.
And the news at noon starts with a breaking news alert out of southern Kentucky this midday, where there's been a violent scene that unfolded in a school parking lot. Good afternoon from WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant along with Barbara Bailey. Police say a man stabbed his girlfriend, then himself, outside of Meese Middle School on Barnett Street in Somerset about 8 o'clock this morning.
We've just learned that the man has died. The female victim is being treated at UK Hospital. WKYT's Phil Pendleton joins us live now from Pulaski County with all the disturbing details. Phil?
That's exactly right. We just got finished with a news briefing from Somerset Police here at the Somerset Police Department. Police are telling us that 30-year-old Marcos Popche wanted to meet his girlfriend at Meese Middle School. Now, that is a school where the female victim does have a child that attends, but we are told that no students witnessed the stabbing. But we're told that Marcos Popche met his girlfriend, and then he stabbed her and then himself. Now, police say that stabbing happened about 8 o'clock this morning, but there were multiple witnesses who saw it, teachers and parents, but again, no students witnessed it. Police say Marcos Popche and Rodriguez were both in her car when their conversation escalated into the violence.
Handwritten note was almost a full page, but the one part of it we took it was written in Spanish, almost a direct quote was, "I love you, and that's why we're both going to die."
Now, we are told that Popche was taken to UK Hospital where he died. Rodriguez was taken to a Somerset hospital and then airlifted to UK Hospital. We are told that she has multiple stab wounds. We don't know her exact condition at this time. We're continuing to follow the details of this very disturbing morning. Much more at 12:30 and later today. For now, though, in Somerset, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. And police say the two had no children in common, but that Rodriguez does have a child who attends Meese Middle School.
We're working to learn more about a deadly shooting of a woman in eastern Kentucky. State police tell us that Patricia Lutz was shot to death last night near a home on Highway 2016 in Lee County, just north of Beattyville. WKYT's Sam Smith has been tracking that story since last night. He has the latest on the murder investigation in our other top story at noon. Sam?
Yeah, state police investigators from Post 7 in Richmond are looking for the person that shot and killed Patricia Lutz. That investigation began around 6:30 last night. A neighbor heard a gunshot near a home along Highway 2016 north of Beattyville and saw Lutz lying on the ground in the street. 911 was called, and the Lee County Sheriff's Office notified state police of the reported shooting. Investigators blocked off the highway in both directions while they searched for clues about the shooting. They are treating this as a murder investigation and are trying to track down the shooter. No person of interest or suspect name or description have been released. State police are looking for any information that could help them find that shooter.
Our investigators, they were out all night conducting interviews and trying to track down any kind of leads that were coming in.
Lutz's body was sent to Frankfort for an autopsy. The Lee County coroner tells me he hopes to get those results today. In Richmond, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Sam, thank you. Funeral arrangements for Lutz are still pending at this time. Well, on this Veterans Day, the nation is honoring service members, including those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
And there are special events across the Commonwealth today, including the national roll call reading of names at Eastern Kentucky University. WKYT's Victor Puente is in Richmond now with reaction from that ceremony.
Here at the Veterans Memorial in the middle of EKU's campus, the names of fallen veterans have been read for almost 6 hours now. Organizers of the event say it's a reminder of the sacrifice those heroes made. Starting before daylight, the national roll call reading of names echoed out from Eastern Kentucky University's Powell Plaza. It's seen a lot of growth since 2011 when it began.
It was originally started here at EKU, but this year currently we're coordinating between 71 campuses across the country in 34 separate states.
As students going to and from classes walk past, volunteers say aloud the names of men and women who served. Sometimes those volunteers don't know they're reading until the last minute.
Generally, we'll have 10 or 15 people throughout the course of the day that really wasn't aware that the event was going on, but they notice it as they're walking through, and they'll stop and offer to possibly get in and read names.
I mean, it only takes 10 minutes of your time just to kind of stop, pause, and reflect on people who've paid the ultimate sacrifice, for our nation.
Bush says EKU has been accommodating to veterans, going so far as to offer general education classes that are veteran only to assist in the transition back home.
Coming from personal experience, it's somewhat challenging transitioning from combat to college. I mean, it's two completely different atmospheres.
At 1:40, a memorial program with EKU President Michael Benson will be held. Then at 2, there will be a moment of silence, followed by a 21-gun salute. In Richmond, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. And that EKU event is open to the public.
Well, it's another nice fall day in the bluegrass right now. We have sunny skies and mild air. It's very nice for those Veterans Day celebrations and observances. But an Arctic blast from the Midwest is bringing big changes this evening in the form of rain and much, much colder temperatures. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris live in our First Alert Weather Center.
Just put something on my Facebook page saying, what about today? I mean, how good does it feel? And everybody's saying, please just keep it around. Don't bring in what's supposed to be coming in. Unfortunately, I don't have that power. 66 degrees in Richmond, 63 in Danville. It feels amazing outside. Those winds are really churning. You can see the breeze blowing in the trees. And look, we're going to sit there around 67 degrees, maybe even somebody hitting 70 by the afternoon. Be great feel there. During the daylight hours, we're good. Go off into the night. Showers will be on the increase from this big time cold front. Look at that, 36 Springfield, 57 Indianapolis. I'll talk about when you can expect this cold air to rush on in, coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Micah, thank you very much. As he just mentioned, an Arctic blast of winter bringing Arctic air, heavy snow to parts of the upper Midwest. Up to 16 inches of accumulation expected to hit parts of northern Wisconsin today, and up to 2 feet for Michigan's Upper Peninsula by tomorrow. Parts of Minnesota have already received nearly a foot of snow, and there's also been half of this has come in from another storm that's rolling through. Later in the week, the rest of the Midwest and the East can expect temperatures as much as 40 degrees below average.
More news. The search continues this midday for a man who stole things from a student's apartment near the UK campus overnight. Police say the victim woke up around 3:30 this morning to find a man in his living room on East High Street. They say the man stole a gaming system and then escaped by jumping off a second-story balcony. WKYT's Sean Moody has the latest on the investigation in this Crime Tracker report. Sean.
The police say they're not sure exactly how this guy got into the apartment, but they think they know how he got away. They say he came out here onto this balcony and then jumped over this railing down about 15 to 20 feet to the ground below.
Police say it happened around 3:30 Tuesday morning. Alex Wallachewicz says he was sleeping when he heard his bedroom door open.
And all of a sudden there's a guy with a hood on, and he has kind of his iPhone or his Android or something with a flashlight like on the normal phone. That's in my face.
At first he thought maybe it was his roommate, Kevin.
And I was like, yeah, Kev, is that you? And then it wasn't him.
He says the man ran from the door and then out onto their balcony.
Ran out, opened that door, and then I heard the trash cans, everything break, bottles breaking, everything.
He says the man had jumped over the railing down onto the ground below, and that's no small jump.
I mean, that's at least 16 feet. I mean, he literally just shoved our lawn furniture out of the way and just leaped, and he probably caught the barrel end, so hopefully he's limping around or something somewhere. Hopefully he got his.
Alex says the man got away with his Xbox and a couple of beers. He says he doesn't know how the man got in because they always keep their doors locked. Police say there were no signs of forced entry. This morning, maintenance workers put new locks on the doors.
Now, Alex said he didn't get a very good look at the guy. He just knew he was tall. He was wearing a gray hoodie and jeans. He thinks it might have been someone they knew. In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
So far, no arrests have been made, and once the man got away from the house, they say they don't know which direction he went. New details have emerged about the theft of some high-end bourbon Tens of thousands of dollars worth of Pappy Van Winkle was stolen from the Buffalo Trace Distillery in Frankfort more than a year ago. Franklin County Sheriff Pat Melton now says the heist likely involved 2 senior employees and a delivery truck.
During daylight hours, normal operation.
I think that's highly likely, based on the investigation and where we've been and what we know. We still have a $10,000 reward right now. $10,000 right before Christmas. Somebody could have an awful big Christmas.
Sheriff Melton says he suspects the bourbon is now out of Kentucky and likely several states away.
The Fayette County School Board will meet again this week and officially accept Superintendent Tom Shelton's resignation. Last week, Shelton announced that he will step down at the end of the year. The Kentucky School Boards Association and board members are now in the process of finding an interim superintendent to take over when Shelton leaves December 31st. The school board's goal is to have Shelton's permanent successor in place by July 1st. A Georgetown College basketball player is dedicating this evening's game to a fellow player who's battling a rare form of terminal brain cancer.
Lauren Hill's story of strength has captivated the nation. Earlier this month, she fulfilled her dying wish of playing in a game for Mount St. Joseph University near Cincinnati. Georgetown College junior Jessica Foster grew up near Hill's hometown in Indiana. She plans to honor Hill tonight by wearing Lauren's jersey number 22. And all ticket sales from the game will be donated to Hill's family.